Discord notification. Wednesday, 1304, 25 seconds. The year 1304, 30 seconds. 2025, the 5th month, May 14th day. And there's every finger. Every finger gets equal. Gets equal. Every finger sign gets equal. Peace and prosper. every single finger gets equal acknowledgement. And especially this one because it's been the most shunned finger. All the fingers been shunned. This finger's been shunned the most through history. So, yeah, brother's been on the thumb for at least 3 or 4 years now, and it's going on to the next. Brother realized that this finger has to have acknowledgments. All right, brother's shall go over today's trade or last night's trade during the London session. Scope this out. All right, let's see here. Well, let's go to the time clock. Let's see how many millions of dollars are on the yeah, there it is. Right next to the Discord. It says, allow timer to track your activity. Get fucked. The phrase "get fucked" is a wonderful phrase. It just means become pregnant with equality. That's all. Although Eugene, Oregon is track town, though, so there's a good side to everything. It's not all bad. It's not all good. It's equilibrium. So we're at the bank account is at 3,144,000. 465,005 cents. $3,144,447 and 7 cents. 1,144,000. 47,100. Brother has to figure out the proper way to say this, because the brother is attractive law. The brother is attractive law, bringing in all the wonderful temporal night order monies that need to fill with the bank account through trading. Through trading. And remember, there's all kinds of ways to trade. 3,144,475,000 and is that how I say? 3,144,480. There it is. $3,144,481.07. 70 cents. $3,144,482.60. So there it is. So that's wonderful to be able to repeat that. And so there's the brother, and the lien credentials are in the screen up there. Russell Edward Eskew, agent, private military auditor, lien number RE043-731-210 US. That is the lien that has President Trump on the lien, and it was sent to the Vatican. Everybody knows in the Vatican who Russell is. Everybody in the Vatican that needs to know, as well as aliens and extraterrestrials. wrote that lien up. It's private maritime lien on everyone in the corporation to bring equality that longs for equality. This brother wrote the master International Universal Peace Treaty for the whole nine yards. Remember, it's just a story, though. Everything's just a could be, and everything's hearsay to the hearer until one knows and has self-experience together with it. So, anyway. And the brother always likes to say, if one is new to the private maritime system, or just the maritime system, period, both public and private, there's a YouTuber named Winston Shrout who introduces the whole world to that. In fact, Winston Shrout is the YouTube worldwide guru back in 2008 that started the movement publicly on YouTube. And of course, then in around 2006, 17, 2018, 18 to 19, somewhere in there, during the transition from President Barack Obama to President Donald J. Trump, Winston Shrout was supposedly now, according to the news, thrown in federal prison for sharing the private maritime system. So, and implementing the system. Remember, it could all be a big Hollywood show. And mother said to Russell, Cicely brother Russell, she says, Winston Shrout could be an undercover judge. So it could be. This brother, Cicely Brothers, personally visited Winston Shrout because he lives 150 miles north in Hillsboro, Oregon. Brother showed up, knocked on his door. He says, "Who are you?" I says, "Well." And so I explained to him. He said, "How do you know where I was at?" And I explained to him also how I knew where he was at. There'll be wonders for stories. There's always wonder for stories. So let's get back to the charts now. Let's see. This is remote control. The screen is remote control here. So, go to the home screen. Click on the home button. All right, there we are. Today's trade. Get the arrow. Change the color on that arrow so it let's see here. Let's go back to the home screen. Things are just popping up out of nowhere here, so home screen. There we are. Now we're back here. For some reason, the Telegram channels popped up on the screen. Stuff like that happens all the time over here. Brother has just learned to flow with all the high-level military hacking that causes stuff to happen. So brother just flows with it and offers no excuses for anything. Doesn't try to overly explain anything. Just lets it go and lets people interpret it any way they want. So now on the daily chart, get another arrow here. On the daily chart, this blue arrow right here is Monday from last week. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And you notice up here in the top it says daily. So each one of these bars is 24 hours, otherwise known as one day. And here's this Monday, which the market opens Sunday at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. The brother is in Springfield, Eugene, Oregon, West Coast, America, with the United States together. That's private and public. America is private, United States is public. So the market came down, and then at a bigger picture, Elliott wave, using Elliott wave, this is a 1 or an A, B, C, D, E, triple E, triple E correction. It's a correction. So just to have fun with it, triple E correction. And it broke the rectangle. Price is in a rectangle here, so get the rectangle here. And there's the purple weekly line is here. If you go to the weekly, it's easier to see it. Maybe not. Go to the 15-minute. There it is. Get the arrow here. Okay, this line, purple line right here. This is last week's low, which is last week's low. Last week, here's Monday. In between this white line and this white line, this is one day. This is last Monday. Between this white line and this white line is last Tuesday. Here's Wednesday, here's Thursday, and here's Friday, and then once again, here's Monday for this week, which opens up Sunday at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, otherwise known as 1400 military time. Just like on the clock up here. This, uh-oh, don't want to do that. The fuck happened there? No, don't want to do that. Uh-oh. Time below, there we are. There it is. And then if it goes time above, oh, good. That just regulates the time right there. So that's good. See, time above, just tap on it, and then time below. Brother wants the time to be there. So there it is, hit done. Well, let's move it down here in the corner. So there's the time down there in the corner. That is May. Well, let's put it up in the top because it's easier. Probably. Well, hold on. Just get rid of that. Okay, then put this. Let's put this in the top. Then put it in the top corner. Up. Now there's the time. There. The bottom line, the timeline, date and timestamp. This is postal regulations, international, universal, alien, extraterrestrial. Postal regulations is known as date and timestamp. Get all this boogly jiggly out of there. Otherwise, if the brother had a handkerchief, he could hand chief it. He could hand chief it. Don't wait till the living end. Won't you get time again? And don't want to the living end. Brother has his Israel Pope. Seems how there's a new Pope now. The brother has a Pope hat. Brother's Pope hat. With an extra dangler. Well, you could probably put that in the back. Put that in the back. There. Something like this. Brother's Pope hat. Little Pope hat. The first American Pope has come. Woo! Has he come? Now, the brother's going to go get another type of Pope hat. Hold on. 30 seconds here. Brother's going to go to the... This is known as a Pope hat. And it's got a tail on it. Parachute. Brother didn't need to go in there. It's right here. The brother's Pope hat. Let's put away the... See, this is cool because it has tractors on the other side. Farm tractors, look. Farm tractors. This is known as a face filter for filtering dust particles. It's for dust particles. Dust particles only, though. It's only for dust particles. This face filter is only for dust particles. It only filters out dust particles. Dust particles are big, so they can't get through. This is a cloth dust particle face filter. It's got tractors, combines, farmers actions. It's got farmers actions. Brother saw a video with President Trump. Setting everything straight with the tariffs and the sheriffs. And the farmers are going to be happier now. As well as all the people, all the pee-pee poles. See how these are folded? These are folded like this. This one goes into the pocket here, and this one. Now this is an oversized Pope's cap. Vatican approved. Well, not Vatican approved, but Vatican enjoyed. Brothers in Amish more. Wouldn't he have noticed he was a Quaker state, Amish Quaker state. construction. Amish Quaker State construction. See? Shit. Brother sports this through town too when it's cold out in the nips. Sports it through the local stores and the shops. Yeah. Now, getting back to last night's trade. So anyway, the date and time stamp, May 14th, 2025. The reason for coming to this screen with the picture and the date and time stamp was to show that, to show military time. It says 13:25:17, 18 seconds, 19, 20 seconds. That's military time, the way that military time is written. And so, go back to the trade screen. So the brother brought that up because he was talking on at 2 o'clock. This little blue arrow right here. There it is. It's bigger. This blue arrow right here is there to show that this would be week 2. Week 2. Here's week 1 for the month. This month, May, started right here. So knowing that, this right there, that day, that point right there, starts the low of the month, and this point right here is the high, is the monthly high. But when it broke down and broke down and broke down and broke down and broke down, the new monthly low is down here now. So the brother needs to put a dotted purple line color this with the properties. Purple, dotted. The brothers shall put a purple dotted line down here to show, to always mark that this is, well, and that's the red one. It's a bit hard. And we'll just do it like that. The red one is the low of the week. It's good enough like that. And then up here, this would be considered the high of the month. So the brother's going to copy this orange one. He's going to change. Oh, didn't want to do that. Delete that one. Hold it. Change the property on it. This is going to be blue. And it's going to be... Ooh, brother just gassed. There. That's the high of the... That's the high of the month, which is different than last month's high. It's different than last month's high. Just need a little arrow here again. Last month's high is the blue line right up here, riding just above the orange line. And that orange line needs to be a deeper orange. Needs to be that orange. All right. It's still not as orange. Anyway, so that's last month's high. And last month's low, and shit, just cut that one out of the fucking... It's easy to hit these fucking lines and they just fucking... These smartphones need a lock on these lines. Okay, so this bar is last month's bar, and so it needs to have a low, a monthly low down here. Change the properties on that. It needs to be dotted, and change the color to yellow, because that's the color code that Russell is using. And then hit it right there. Get it bigger. That looks like it's got a little wick at the end, at the bottom. So there's the monthly low. And so then copy that one. And the current new monthly low is right in here at the bottom of the new monthly bar, which is a black bar. So just that, as well as the new monthly high. So there's a new monthly high and a new weekly high. So I can get rid of this now. And go back to the 15-minute chart. Go back to the daily. Now we can go back to prices in a box. Prices in a box. There's the arrow to be able to communicate. See this purple box? Prices in a box. And so the top of the box is up here is at the new, to this month's, which is May, the May month, this is the May month, replace of with love, because of is a legal word which means without America, which is another word for the people, which is the private side. And the bottom of the box should be somewhere around, needs to be at the weekly low, or the weekly low. The weekly low, which is that line there. Or no, this line down here. So this needs to be pulled down. We just pull it down like that. Pretty close to it. And I'll go back to the daily. Price is in a box. And that's the box. Well, actually, the box is really right here. That right there is a breakout pullback, otherwise known as a stop hunt. It's a quick up and a quick down on the daily level. It's a stop hunt, because they went out to stop traders out, or the bankers went up went up to stop traders out. Go to the monthly here, or go to the weekly. Yeah, this is the arrow. Okay. Looking for the top. This is where they broke right here and they went back down. They came up to stop these traders at right here because here's a coil, which is another little box. And you can see how they stop hunted. Up, they coiled, and they stop hunted up, quickly came back down. Stop hunt up, come down. Same thing down here. They stop hunted down, quickly came back up to stop traders out on both sides of the market that placed their bets on which way they thought that they'd place their 50-50 bets, their 30-70 bets, and their 20-80 bets. And so the bankers just sit in their office and they just sit there and coil up and down in a box. And they watch everybody put their trades on both sides of the box. And they just go up and quickly stop them out, come back down into the coil, play around. This coil is called the matrix. And with classical chart pattern, classical charting, the word in classical charting is, when all the books are read and the videos are read, is stay out of the matrix. Stay out of the matrix. Stay out of the matrix. Because it's just chop action. This is where all the 50-50 trades are happening. All the 30-70 trades and all the 80-20 trades are happening. And people are getting chopped up. And they're blowing their accounts and losing all the money. Or having having drawdowns. So anyway, so they came up. And they stopped out all the traders that got long from this coil. See, this price started coming down. So they stopped them out. There's the top of the stop hunt right here. On the daily chart, went up for a day, came down for a day. That's called quick action. 2 days is quick action compared to a month or a week, the weekly chart. So let's go back to the daily. Get rid of this arrow. So all right. So here's last week. Here's this week. And here's the bottom, the weekly bottom. This is the weekly low. This bar right here is the weekly low. And the weekly high, see, this is the beginning of the week. So the weekly high is somewhere in here. So the dotted orange line is somewhere hiding behind this white and blue line somewhere. Go to the 15-minute. Should be able to see it. Hopefully, if it's still there. If it's not, then it needs to be put there. Okay, here's the opening for the month. So it should be right here. An orange dotted line should go right in there. The white line right here, white dotted line, is Monday's or Friday's closing price from the previous week. This day right here, in between this white line and this white line, this is Friday. This is Monday. This is Tuesday. And this is Wednesday, today's trade. And the market is closing at 2 o'clock here in 20 minutes. It's going to be right on the line here. It's going to be closing at 1400 military time, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So once again, this is Monday. So this is the high of the week so far. Oh no, the high of the week is right here. That happened on last night's trade. So there needs to be a yellow dotted line going across right there. Not a yellow dotted line, but so the brother can get rid of this. Oh well, he could have just changed the color on that. That's all right. Just get another line. Yeah, there's one. Except it needs to be orange. Go over here and be sure that it's going to be orange, that it shall be orange. There it is. It's a darker color. All right. Now there's the high of the week, which is this is week 2 for the month. Week 2 for the month. Week 2 for the month. And so there's a lot to learn with classical charting, and it don't come easy. Only through repetition. Only through repetition, going over it and over it and over it and over it to get it. Because in classical charting, everything is based on the monthly time frame, which is divided up into 4 weeks. And the first 2 weeks is called the front side. The first 2 weeks is called the front side. And the last 2 weeks is called the back side. And the reason it's called the front side, as an example now, this is just an example, what tends to happen during the monthly process is the market will come down for 2 weeks, and then the following 2 weeks, it pumps right back up where it started from, or at least comes back into the range therein. And that's referred to in classical charting. It's referred to as pump and dump. Pump and dump. Front side, back side. There's the front side of the market. The front side is called the setup. The market is setting up. It's either coming down for 2 weeks, setting up for a pump. And the setup is called the dump. A dump for a pump. And go in the opposite direction, it's going to be a pump for a dump. Pump for a dump. And here we have a dump. Now we're expecting the last 2 weeks of May. Expecting price to start heading up somewhere in week 3 or week 4. It's gonna pump up. So, prices in a box. Once again, prices in a box. This purple box. It's known as a matrix. Here's a stop hunt on a daily time frame. They stop traders out that were placing their bets in the box. And here's a stop out right here that just happened yesterday, Monday and Tuesday. Stop hunt, quickly come back. These are quick moves. And in the monthly scope, the monthly time frame, the scope of things, that is a quick move. Bam, bam. These are also called tweezers. Tweezers. They're shaped like tweezers. big black bar and a big white bar on the daily coming outside the matrix here. And inside the matrix is where everyone gets chopped up. Their bank accounts end up having losses and blow the accounts according to a higher time frame, because this is a daily chart. It's all right to trade inside the box, but there's boxes inside the box. See, here's a small box right here. Boxes inside the box. And to be trading on the inside of any box on any time frame is a big no-no. Wait till it breaks and then comes back down. Or place the trades at the back, at the breaks. Place the trade at the breaks, at the high and the low. To place the trades at the high and the low of the box. Now, the reason this is called classical charting is because classical charting is just a title or a name given to the method that the banks that run the whole world system, the bankers that run the whole world trading market system, this is the system that they use. And it's referred to as classical charting. And only those that have studied classical charting get to participate in what's called trading with the big bankers, the 1%ers, otherwise known as 90-10 trade setups. Say that one again. Otherwise known as 90-10 trade setups, which is different than 50-50 or 30-70 or 80-20 or anything thereof. Play self with love, please. There's nothing wrong with 50-50 trading, nothing wrong with 30-70, 80-20 or anything therein. Nothing wrong with it. But if one is really looking to trade with more ease, more confidence, more security, more confidence, with less worry, then learn classical charting to figure out the moves and the setups that the bankers trade. The big top dogs, big guys at the top. Talking Vatican, alien, extraterrestrial level. Fractal, the golden means, patterns within patterns. This fucker, Russell, is all the way at the fucking top. Because the private maritime lien affidavit warrant leverage that he wrote up, because the sheriff stole this house because brother lost all his money trading, learning insignificant training methods, and not being disciplined with those insignificant trading methods. Although some people have great success with the insignificant trading methods. Russell wasn't. Russell wasn't. That's just the lesson that Russell had to learn. Russell is a Capricorn. And Saturn is the hardest teacher. So I got taken to the fucking woodshed. Russell got taken to the woodshed. But you see, the top dogs learned something from Russell. Russell didn't consider it a loss. Russell just considered it a drawdown because it's all coming back plus extra. And when they when they put their brain control monitors, surveilling Russell's thoughts and body actions, they started realizing, oh fuck, And only those at the top, the top 1% of the 1%, know exactly who Russell is, universally speaking, from long time ago. The always, the past, the now, and the future. The connection with the astrology Jesus, which is different than the current modern Constantine Jesus for today. Remember, as it could be, not saying that it is, not getting locked into it, to flow with it. So, now getting back to the charts. Last night's trade, 15-minute. Yesterday, this is yesterday's trading range. Let's get this red one. It came all the way down to there. The purple one comes all the way down there too, because that's the new weekly low. Now, this is Monday's trade, or Monday's range. It opened up, gap down on Sunday. And this is Monday. Sunday is considered Monday, because this is all Mondays. This is Monday at 2 o'clock p.m., which is the beginning for Saturday. The reason is because the stock market closes at 2 o'clock, New York time, which is 5 o'clock New York time. New York time is 3 hours ahead from Pacific Standard Time. So 1700 hours, these white lines, New York time. In New York, where Trump is from, New York runs all the markets. America runs, United States with America, America with the United States runs all the markets. It's the Vatican military, it's the United States. That's why they got bases all over the fucking place. That's the Vatican military. So, for those that are wanting to learn the worldly system, how it functions. So, here's the range. Here's Monday's trading range. Yep, there's the Auto Plus Automatic Premium Message messages confirmation that popped up out of nowhere from the AI computer, which is monitored through a real human living organism. This is yesterday's Tuesday's trading range, and it's inside the low. It's inside the high and the low. So this is known in classical charting as an inside day, which is a signal that the next day is going to be a good trade. Now, there could be 2 inside days in a row. Just keep that in mind. But an inside day is a signal that the next day's trade is going to be an explosive move. And that's exactly what happened last night. This is a 15-minute chart. Price closed, and this right here is known as a 3-day or a 3-session setup from Asia to New York. It's a virtual diagonal trading line. It had a small dip, but this is known as a 3-session setup. And just as in fractal trading with Elliott wave, there are small ABCs in the 15-minute, small 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave patterns in the 15-minute, just like there are small waves in the 30-minute, hourly, 4-hour, daily, 8-hour, 2-hour, all the way up to the monthly, 5 monthly, yearly, all that shit. Everything's fractal. It's a universal pattern known as the golden means, pi 3.14. Mathematically subject to, or with, not always subject. For slaves, it's subject. Slaves are subject, which means, they got to do what their masters tell them to do. They have to subject themselves. Bend down, kiss the ring, spread their butt cheeks, and get their butt cheeks fucked by Prison Bubba and the police. That's the way prison, jail, police, city police officers, county sheriffs, they conduct their business. If they bring you into the locker room, they tell you to strip down, bend over, spread your butt cheeks, because they want to see who has the tightest asshole that they can fuck. I like tight assholes. So here it closed at 2 o'clock for 1400 military time, and it coiled, but it coiled above closing price. The last bar. Look at this. The last bar. This is the last bar, this black bar. That's why the white line is at the close. It's not the candle wick, it's the close. It's at the candle close. So price coiled above closing price. Now, the brother is new to classical charting, but he's learning. And he didn't realize that price was closing above closing price. And that was a telltale sign that price was going to go up. Because the brother placed his trade down here that thought it was going to go down. And he put a stop loss up here. So he lost $2.79 because he only traded 1 penny. Because that's the easiest way to train, is to trade 1 penny. 2 pennies or 3 pennies. Just trade pennies. Learning this shit. Trading this shit. And that right there, trading that way, that's what sets the psychological reprogramming in the brain. Not all, but it helps. It helps significantly to trade just 1 penny. So price coiled all throughout Asia. This is all Asia. And then into London, because the red line is Asia. Starts at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1700 military. Market closes at 2 p.m. or 1400 military. This is known as the gap between that and that. And it trades for 3 hours. Each one of these bars is 15 minutes. There's 1 hour, 4 bars. There's 2 hours, 4 bars. There's 3 hours, 4 bars. And this is another gap. From here to there to the London Open. So the London Open at 11 p.m., 2300 military time. It traded for 15 minutes up, traded for 15, 30, 45 minutes down, and it broke the line a little bit. And the brother thought the trade was going. It was like, oh, cool. But the brother got out of the trade too. And he took a loss. It was like 60 cents, took 80 cents or something like that. But then he immediately got back in the trade. For the trade, as soon as he got back in, and then it went up. It went, oh, here it is. Somewhere, yeah, right here. It was this bar. Brother got out, and then he got back in. And then it went up, and then it pin hammered. And then it broke the line. See, it broke structure. Okay, that's a little miniature stop hunt right there for this tiny little box, because this is a box. Price is in a box. And the rule in classical trading is don't trade inside the matrix, lest the matrix chew the fuck out of your ass, because you're going to get your head chopped off. That's why they call it chop. The market chops. Although there are some people that can trade the chop. Some people can trade the chop, so they trade in the matrix. So, it goes both ways. There's good and bad. So price came down, and then it engulfed, had a pin. This is a fake out pin hammer. This is a fake out for all the people that don't comprehend, that don't know classical charting. This pin bar is a fake out for people that said, oh, it's going. So they brought it down a little bit lower, and so they put their trades in. Then they immediately went back up. That's, one could call that an engulfment. Going down to a lower time frame is kind of more of an engulfment. Let's see here, just go down to the 5 minute. Go down to the 5 minute. Price came down, and then there was a little bit of an engulfment there. Not much, because this big bar right here is still too big to engulf. Let's go down to the 1 minute. The 15 and the 5 minute and the 1 minute are there just to enter the trade. Just to enter the trade. Like I said, the setups come from the monthly, the weekly, and the daily. The setups come from the monthly, reading the monthly, the weekly, and the daily, the setups. So here it came down, and there's a white engulfment right there. See, it broke structure. Although it broke structure here, look at that. But we're talking about the timing window now. The market opens up. Now we got the first hour, 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock, the second hour, 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock, and that's when this fucking trade took off. It came down, broke structure, and engulfed. There's the white engulfment bar. Here's a little bit of a pin hammer right there. It's got a little wick on it. Now the idea is to enter in above the 20 EMA, which is the white line. So any white bar, and here's a white bar right there. So it could have got into the trade right here. But anyway, the point is, this is when the trade took off and started going the other way. And the main reason to remember is that the clue is that it was coiling above closing price. And the reason why the brother says that is because he's from learning and watching the training on these training videos. Sometimes the market will come and close below closing price. It'll coil below closing price. It'll just ride the edge, just like this one did. And then it will go down. But this one rode above, which is a clue that, the market is going to continue to go and expand the range because first green day right here, inside day, also known as a green day, because market closed above the close of the previous day. The previous day's close. Replace off with love, please. So not only is this an inside bar, it's also a first green day, which means that more than likely, according to classical charting, it's going to continue to go up. It's going to have another up day. That's exactly what happened. Price coiled down here, and then it went up. It went up. See, all the way up here. This is where it went to. It went whoosh, quick, and it went up there quick as fuck. Brother, put this Elliott wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave, right there. That's where it went. And then it came all the way back down all the rest of the day. It went up, made a bull high, and it came all the way down. And that's a stop hunt, because they're looking to stop traders out that got into the market up here and came down and rode it down and kept their trades on. So they just went right here, and they're saying, okay, well, we're going to get you since you haven't got it out of your trades yet. And then they just went up. Bam! and then slowly started drifting away. Stop. That's a stop hunt. And the bankers do this shit on purpose, in case no one knows. But also at the same time too, there's human behavior involved too. It's all mixed in together. So anyway, go back to the 15-minute. Remember, don't believe anything Russell says. Everything Russell says is hearsay. But Russell is just sharing the information that he's learning through other YouTubers who share this information. So here it is again on classical charting. So here it is again. Here's the coil, has a small break, and bam, 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 bam. This is an Elliott wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Elliott wave is still part with classical charting. One can use Elliott wave with. So it's just a matter of learning it. Only if one wants to get more accurate trades. There's nothing wrong. As long as someone's succeeding in trading, hell, that's wonderful. Keep it up and keep on trading that way. But if one is longing to be more accurate and wanting, in a situation where he has to have more money or be able to trade less times a month and just wait more for big trades that one knows are going to go, and one can go that way and then rest more during the month instead of being stuck on charts all fucking day. If one's tired of being stuck on charts all day, and it happens. Brother knows exactly what it's like being stuck on fucking charts all fucking day. Sometimes it's like, fuck this, fuck that. Anyways, and then going to the 1 hour, here's another sign that the market was exhausted its move. 1, 2, 3 white bars. 1, 2, 3 trading bars in the hourly time frame. And also another sign too is this is an engulfment from the coil. This one right here. So getting into the trade up here or on the pullback is a wise entry also. It's also a wise entry. So here's the coil once again. It coiled above the closing price, which is the white line. Had a small tiny break, and this hourly bar engulfed. Boom. Hour 2, engulf. It kept going. Hour 3. And then it stopped everyone out, and it quickly pulled back. Quickly, it pinned. And this is the evidence that it's a stop hunt. Quickly pinned. Look how far it came down. And it went to round numbers. Look at here. 1.1266. But right in here is where it went. Then it came down, went up a little bit more. It came to round numbers, which is 50. 1.12554. 50. Zeros, 50s, 25s, and 75s is how the classical charting bankers trade the markets to these levels, the quarterly levels. Zeros, 25s, 50s, 75s. So one wants to keep their eye on the numbers. See right around here, this one's where the coil is. It's at 1.119. It's purple lines close to 0. All right, they're trading near these, and when it's at 00 or 50, that's the best entries. And the stop hunts are usually at the 25 marks and the 75 marks. So just something to keep in mind. Anyway, that's the end of today's journal, Captain's Log. Captain's Log, brother, put it back at the 15-minute. Just have that like that. See right here? Look at what they did. They came up, and then they came back to stop traders out that put their trades down here below the coil. all the people that put their trades above the coil, they stopped them out, and they went out and got other people, stopped them out, and they immediately came back down. For anybody that was in the money, that placed a good bet, they put their stop losses down here, or they put their break-even marks down here, they came right the fuck back down, because it's known in the bankers world, nobody gets a free lunch. They make it as hard as fuck for anybody to get any money. They'll be in the money, they'd be happy, and all of a sudden they'd bring it right back down. Especially if they went out to lunch and they're not keeping an eye on their fucking charts, or they went on vacation for a couple days, they'll come right the fuck back down. That's the saying. That's the hard Saturn saying. He is the hardest fucking teacher out of all the zodiac signs. The hardest fucker. But it's the best way to learn. To learn everything, even the hardest hard things. It's the best way to learn. So, anyway. So, Sicily brother Russell, ta-ta. Play with them if you got them. Oh, this is screen share, so let's see. Go to this one's got zoom too. This is the military camera, zoom. So it's on remote control, so go to the home screen and look at the time clock. 3,145,510.50. 3,145,510.90. 3,145,511.70. Brother's bank account is getting fat. That's why the brother just keeps it running like that, because it's multiplying. All right. So here's the red bar on the side. So once again, talk to you later, and go to the home screen, touch the red bar, and the video is ending. Later.